Namaste everyone, Emma Frame here and welcome to Voices of Yoga podcast, co-hosted with Lindsay Porter. And we bring you inspiring yoga stories and insights from yogis and yoga teachers from around the world. These stories highlight the benefits of yoga and encourage those who have yet to start their yoga journey to jump in, and for the more experienced yogi to delve deeper. We hope you enjoy. Namaste. Hi Karen and welcome to Voices of Yoga. Today we have Karen Gider on the show, and Karen is the leading face yoga teacher and expert in Scotland, so we really welcome you onto the show, Karen.
Thank you for having me.
We've had a few technical hitches today, so hopefully I can get Karen to retell us her story.
Yeah.
So can you share with us how you found yoga, how yoga found you, and where that journey is taking you from there?
Yeah, of course. So I lived in Bodrum in Turkey. I married a Turkish man. I lived there for 13 years and I had 2 children. I had a lovely life in this beautiful country, but it came to one day that I was feeling really suffocated. I felt that I had lost my sparkle. I wasn't happy within myself, even though everything was perfect around me. And I just felt that there was more for me. I couldn't control the environment that I was in. So the only thing I could control was my eating. So basically, I just stopped eating. I didn't think that I was fat. It wasn't anorexia. I wasn't looking to change my body shape. It was the only thing that was within my control. I then started taking on some depression, some anxiety. I couldn't eat outside. I couldn't eat anything that anybody cooked for me. I had to eat it and cook things, on my own. It got so bad that I'd went from about a size 12 to 14 right down to a size 8.
Okay.
Now, for me being so tall and, quite a curvaceous girl, then that was really ghastly.
Mm-hmm.
And also affected my mental health. But I couldn't get past this. And the only thing I could think about was, let's get home to Scotland. And I think that's what I was wanting to do, all along. I was wanting to find me, myself again. And I knew that there was a lot more for me. So after maybe 2 years, I plucked up the courage to go on a plane with my 2 boys who were 4 and 8 at the time. So I remember arriving in Glasgow airport. I had 2 suitcases, 2 small boys, and just me, this figure. But as soon as I started, walking about Glasgow, walking through the duty free, seeing cakes and chocolates that I hadn't seen for years, and I really wanted to try and see if I could eat one. Then I remember there was a box of Mr. Kipling cakes. I took one and it was amazing, and I survived it. That was my mental thinking. And actually I just started eating from the moment I arrived in Glasgow.
Back home.
Yes, which is obviously, it was all psychological.
Mm-hmm.
But what damage I had done to my body, my mind and my face. Eventually, within a year, I started to put some weight back on again. I had moved to a village, my boys were in the school, I'd got myself a job, I was slightly more settled. Mm-hmm. However, my inner self, my mind, my face was, I was a shadow of myself, as they say. Mm-hmm. So I just went online one day and I typed in natural facelifts. Mm-hmm. I thought I really need to deal with the state that my face was in. I had lost all my muscle mass, my eyes were baggy, my jawline was so untidy, and basically for a 42-year-old it was just you get your skin hangs. So immediately came face yoga. So I was looking and I'm thinking, what on earth is face yoga? So as I started to read about it and, I was Googling it and it just sounded amazing. I was getting really excited, and it takes quite a lot for me to be, excited about something. My attention span is not amazing, but I was really looking at this full on, and then I noticed trained to be a teacher. Well, that was me. That was it. There and then I knew that was going to heal me and that was going to be my path. So I called up about it. It was Eva Fraser. She was the world's oldest.
Yes,
also
I have heard
beautiful,
of her.
yeah.
Yes.
And she says, "Oh my goodness, there's no teacher in Scotland. Come down, we'll train you, and let's get this going." But I couldn't make it down to London because I had no one to watch my children. So I just let it go for another year, and then I went back online. I found another teacher, and eventually I managed to be trained, be certified. and I had my certificate, and that was me. I was ready to go.
Off and running.
Yeah.
And I think we were saying earlier that you did practice yourself
I did.
before you even became qualified, that you were doing the exercises and,
Yes.
and reaping the rewards of it. And you do
Yes.
look amazing, I have to say, everyone. If we could home in now, Karen does look absolutely amazing. Your skin's
Thank you.
beautiful, yes.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Uh-huh.
So you've done quite a lot on
Yes.
in your own time before you
Totally.
trained?
All the time, and I just started. I'm really obsessed with facial muscles. You know, that's my speciality, and that's what I love to do. Even when I'm reading about face muscles. I'm teaching myself every day, and it just all made sense. Because the reason it works is, you know, if you go to the gym or you do Pilates or swimming or whatever, then your body tightens and tones.
Yep.
And as you're lifting weights, when you're lifting and you feel the burning, so the lactic acid's moving, that actually works for the face and the neck as well. So we've got 57 muscles between the forehead and the neck. And the good thing is they're actually attached to the skin. So as we
Right.
work out, we tighten, we tone. When the muscle plumps and starts to lift up, the skin attached to it lifts as well. So it totally makes
Right.
sense.
And I take it blood flow,
Blood flow, oxygen,
drainage, lymphatic, all of that.
The lymph as well.
will all come into
Yep,
it.
collagen and elastin as we get older. The collagen and elastin fibres crisscross over each other,
Mhm.
and as we get older, they start to get really thin and they wear down.
Mhm.
Well, the exercises, the massage, everything together starts to plump everything up again. So basically, it's like a natural facelift, and it rejuvenates us.
And if someone was coming along to a class of yours, can you describe what that would look like? What would you do and how would it go?
Yeah, well, first of all, people feel quite intimidated and they're unsure because not many people have heard about face yoga. So I've usually got an icebreaker, and everyone's sort of relaxed. Then I say to them, you know, you've got 10 of you, 20, 30 looking at me, whereas there's only one person looking at you.
Yes.
So I say we're going to be making some really ridiculous faces, but you're going to absolutely love it. So I do teach them about the facial muscles,
Mhm.
because without having that awareness and without having the visualization, then basically people don't understand that, you know, what they're working on. It just seems to be hands on the skin. So once they become aware of the muscles, how
Mhm.
it all works, and it totally makes sense. So I get them to look in a mirror the first couple of times, and we have to be really at ease and be aware of our face, of our emotions, of our skin, and exactly where we're placing our fingers to work the exercises.
And there are other aspects to yoga. There's meditation, breathing practices, even yoga philosophy. Is that part of what you teach, or is that coming through just from taking the time, self-care and awareness?
Yeah, well, I focus and I specialise mostly on the muscles, but as we do the face yoga, we do pinpoints, you know, acupressure points, facial massage, lymph drainage, well-being, relaxing, breathing, and as well as a face yoga teacher, I'm actually also a DN chan operator, which is
Right.
I'm with
Explain
I
more.
know I'm with the Italian Academy of Facial Reflexologists.
Oh,
So we have all these points all over our face and neck.
okay.
So as I teach facial exercises, I'm also getting my clients to focus on some points on their face as well.
Okay.
And it is all mindfulness, well-being, relaxation, self-care. And I make them look in a mirror. It's to do with self-love. And I
Uh-huh.
say, tell me 3 positive things about your face. Because most people look and say, oh my goodness, I
Yes.
can't look. So I make them do that.
Okay.
So I say about me, I'll go first, right? I love my smile. And then they get a bit more relaxed. Then they'll say, I like my eyes. And we'll go through every one.
Oh, how nice.
So it's all positive.
And still the message of yoga getting through there
Yes,
about
uh-huh.
awareness and care and really just taking the time out as well to
Yeah.
look after yourself.
Definitely.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So you've talked about some of the benefits, what that can bring to people.
Yeah.
Do you look at people and then decide which exercises would benefit them most, or is it a generalness? Is it just a general number of exercises? And do you say exercises? Is that the word
We
that
do,
you would use?
yes, yeah, it's exercise.
And so, yeah, is there a general or is it specific?
Right, well, so if I've got a one-to-one and someone comes in, I'm reading their face from the second I see them. When I'm actually having a conversation in the beginning, I'm watching the way they express themselves. Because now that I've said to you about, say, when I talk to you, I don't move my forehead. So I'm really expressive. So I can
Yes.
talk with my eyes, with my hands, with my mouth. So I watch people, I watch the way they hold their face, whether they're frowning,
Uh-huh.
you know, or they're doing this, or some people are quite expressionless.
Yes.
you know, which the face just starts to hang. So I'm reading faces as soon as I meet them. Then I will work out a programme for them. However, there is a general workout that we need to do. So all the exercises are working the face together.
From that.
Yeah.
Would you mind giving us a little demonstration if we could be so brave?
Yes.
Certainly my eyes is always my weakest point, so maybe a couple of things that you could show people that they might experience.
So we'll do an eye exercise. So we're going to do one called the owl. Okay. So this one, you have to put your hands as if it's binoculars. Okay, so you're going to put your hands right round your eyes. So we have a muscle, it's called the orbicularis oculi. Okay, so we're going to put our hands here, but always be aware of your elbows. So the elbows should be back and up. Okay. Now the reason, so you hold like that while I talk you through it. The reason you've got your hands like that is you're supporting this lovely muscle that goes round the eyes. Okay. So what we're going to do next is we are going to push our eyebrows up, but we're pulling the eyebrow down with the finger at the same time.
So up and down at the same time.
Now, if you watch my forehead, it's going to wrinkle because I'm not pulling the eyebrow back down. Right, so this is a wrong way, okay? So I'm pushing up. Do you see how I've got wrinkles on my forehead? But as I pull back down, you see how it's smooth?
Broadens out again.
And you're holding it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release.
It's tricky, isn't it? And as I think we were saying earlier, that if you don't use your face muscles, they're very weak, and it takes a while to isolate the ones that you need, because
and they're not all activated as well.
I just about get the up, but then I find it quite hard.
Right,
to
so this is the easy way I
again.
explain it to my students. So do it once more. So you go like that. So your eyebrow wants to go up, but your fingers fighting with it and saying no, you're coming down.
Okay, that's a better way of thinking.
So eyebrows going up, but your fingers bringing your eyebrow down, and you're holding it.
You can really feel it, can't you?
So it could be 1, 2, 3, and then you lift off.
Okay.
So this is going to really tighten your forehead and help diminish lines around your eyes.
And I think when we were doing it earlier, we were doing a really
we're doing
nice
the forehead
one.
smoother. This is a lovely one.
Yes.
Okay.
So remind us again about how to do that.
Right. So you've got a lovely muscle here called the frontalis, and as we do this or this, we either get number 11 lines, or we get the horizontal lines. So you just get your fingers like that, and in the middle of your forehead, you're just pressing down and lifting off.
So not too much pressure.
Not too much pressure, but quite firm. Be quite firm. So just slowly and lift off. So right away, you're nice and rosy. So the blood circulation's coming to the surface. The oxygen, the nutrients will all be flowing together.
It just feels very soothing as well, doesn't it?
And it's actually really good because
quietening.
And if you do this in the morning, if you're going forward to have a really stressful day, your muscles are going to be relaxed, and already the blood, the oxygen's flowing. If you do it last thing at night, then you're probably able to sleep better. So either or.
Nice.
Yeah, and it'll just set your muscles up.
Is there anything that we shouldn't do daily to our faces that's going to make things really difficult to overcome afterwards?
So many things. That would be another podcast.
Okay, briefly. The most major one. What do people mostly do that is not so good for their facial muscles?
Well, when they're doing their face yoga, some people, so it's all about visualization. So I could be doing an exercise, and instead of having my fingers in the exact same place, so the eye muscle, I could be doing this.
Yes, and I felt I was doing that a bit. I was kind of dragging my eyes.
Yeah,
I could feel myself pulling down.
Yes. And that's not going to help whatsoever. I'll not do any damage, but it's not going to help.
Counterproductive.
Yes. So I'm really, really focused, and I'm so thorough. I'm watching everybody do the exercises, making exactly, the right decision of where you put your fingers. It makes such a difference.
Yes, and I can feel the impression, and I always talk about that in my own yoga teaching. I use a lot of props, and I always talk about them as leaving an impression on the body, so that you can then put your hands down, but you can almost still feel that action and feel like you've had some support there.
That's it, yes. And there's another one I want to show you actually. Okay, so as we get older, the forehead falls on top of the eyes, it falls on top of the cheeks, so sometimes we get really deep nasolabial lines. So the way you want to lift and tighten that is you have to imagine that you've got air or mouthwash in your mouth, so you go, okay, but the air must be up here and not down here.
Otherwise you're going to make something else happen.
So, okay, now I'm going to talk you through. I'm going to show you how to do it.
Okay.
So keeping the air there, you're going to transfer the air from one cheek to the other, being slowly controlled and consistent, and not moving your mouth. So you're going to go.
Gosh, that's tricky. It's a bit brain gym as well.
And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Now, the more you do this, once you start to feel the burn, that is the muscle working. Right, so you're just going to come out of. If you're having trouble keeping your mouth where it should be, put your fingers over your mouth so you can go like this.
Because mine wants to move with me. That's much better.
Okay, now as you release the air to work out the orbicularis oris, which is the mouth muscle, you're just going to blow the air out and pout your lips right. So you're going to go. And release. Now that exercise you have to keep doing until you feel the burn, then you stop.
Right.
Then you pick it up again, stop, and then again, and that's going to really give you the plumpness around your cheeks.
I obviously have a lot of work to do. I find that really hard, actually, to isolate the muscles.
Yeah, well, that's it. You have to isolate the muscles, and then they might not be activated because you've got zygomatic muscles that actually go up like this, and these are the ones that are responsible for keeping your face uplifted and giving you a lovely smile.
And what about people who have had some kind of cosmetics? So if they've had Botox or fillers, does that affect what happens? Or
they can still do exercises. Right. However, I have a client who used to get Botox quite a lot, and we can't work in the forehead until the Botox actually
out the system,
leaves the system.
Leaves them.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. Because we always think that's some people think that's the answer, but maybe not. We could do it naturally. That would be a much better way of doing it. Okay, so you're based in Glasgow.
Yeah.
I can see that you do group sessions, private sessions, Skype sessions, even hen parties. But your new thing now is that you're offering online courses, which seems a great way to reach a much bigger audience. Yeah. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Sure. I was getting so many messages saying, can you come to Dundee? Can you come to Aberdeen, Edinburgh? I had a lady in South Africa, Amsterdam, New York, and they're saying, oh my goodness, can you come over? And I said, well, it's not practical. So then I thought I can make online tutorials. So I have got a silver, a gold and a platinum package. People go onto my Instagram, there's a link there. They sign up, and within 1 minute they're actually into my website.
Okay.
They can get in touch with me anytime they want. They've got a list of all the exercises they do, and it's myself on a video talking and showing them exactly what to do.
And that's something they have for life?
They've got it for life.
A one-off?
Yes.
Great.
And they're actually on half price just now.
And you give them... Oh, that's nice. So that's good to know. So audience, yes, look out for that. And do you give them some prompters to remind them to do it every day? Or at least every week?
Yes, because the thing is, I get a notification each time they check in, and each exercise they do, it just comes up, such and such has completed. So if the clients aren't doing it, I send them a little message, and they're like,
get going.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
And I also offer them, and I do this because I'm so thorough, I give them a free hour with myself online, and I watch them do the exercises that they've learned, and then I tweak them to make sure they're doing them correctly.
Great, that sounds like a nice Christmas present, definitely. Do you have other yoga practices of your own? Do you meditate? Do you do asanas? Do you do yoga postures yourself?
Yeah, I do meditate and I do Zen yoga, and I love to do the mantras that my friend Scott teaches me. So we're doing winter workshops together.
Right.
So I do that, and I feel it really emotional, and I feel that I connect in a really deep level.
Okay.
And it's also about like releasing, any negative emotions.
And is that specific to Zen yoga? You feel that approach is about the sort of more emotional aspects of it?
Yes, and I feel that works for me.
Okay.
And it's obviously get mindfulness in it as well. And I do yoga as well, because I'm quite tall, so sometimes I tend
posturally.
to do it. So I have to, and it helps my spine.
Excellent, lovely. And I gather from your website that actually there's a lot of facial muscles, a lot to know about the face, and obviously, as you said, you're really leading your way with that. Yeah. Do people need to know that much about it?
They do. They need to know how many muscles they've got. I think most people think we've only got 4 muscles, one we frown with, our eyes, one we smile with, but there's 57 muscles.
Yes.
And we need to use them, we need to connect them, and once they all work together, that's when we can give ourselves a natural facelift.
Right.
And also, as they're doing the exercises, they're visualising the muscle inside, how it's working, so it really is all about visualisation as well.
But they don't need to know the names, the anatomy,
they don't need to know the name.
They can just understand how it all works, and then it's just the area of the face.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll say the proper name once, like the frontalis, and then I'll say the forehead. the orbicularis oris, then I see the mouth muscle.
Perfect.
Yes, yeah.
So that's great. You are thinking that you might go into teacher training in the future. Is that something you plan to do?
I would love to do it, yes. There's so many people that's interested in it, and people are so passionate about it, and I think if I found the correct people, then I would love to train them under Face Yoga Scotland.
And do you think it's yoga teachers you're looking for, or is it people, because I think you said you had a beauty background and skincare.
Yeah.
Would it be suitable for those kind of people as well? Who do you imagine?
It would.
Doing?
I think it would be someone who has the passion the way I do, and they really feel that it's their path. For me, for the rest of my life, I think natural beauty and the path that leads off it is for me. So I'd really ideally be looking for someone who really has that passion and wants to help people that way. And
do you have any other plans for the future in terms of developing your career?
Yes, I've got so many plans. I wouldn't know where to start. So first of all, what I'm working on just now is I'm trying to aim to be an ambassador for ladies coming up to 45, 50. I want to show people that they can actually have their own business, their own life, be successful, being on their own, whether they've came from a traumatic background, a divorce, an illness. I feel that I'm actually really just starting just now. I would love to do a book, My Story, My Life, My Face.
Fabulous.
I would love that. And just anything that opens up for me, really.
Great. So really growing a community, supporting other women, young or old, I suppose, but just allowing people to be themselves and sort of
being empowered with natural healing, whether it's face, body or mind.
Absolutely lovely. Well, it's been absolutely intriguing. I'm very intrigued about the whole thing, and we've really enjoyed having you on the show.
Thank you.
Where can people find you? You've talked about your website. Are you on social media?
Yes, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. Most people tend to find me on Instagram, and I've got my website as well.
And is it just Face Yoga Scotland? Or
Face Yoga Scotland.
Face Yoga Scotland.
Everything.
Everything we can track you down
every
that
platform.
way.
Yeah.
Well, we as teachers know that all kind of self-care, yoga especially, is a great tool for mental health.
Yes.
So if nothing else, joining that community is a great support system for people.
Yes, definitely.
And then hopefully we'll all look naturally more beautiful at the same time as well. Here's hoping. Thank you very much, Karen. I've really enjoyed having you on the show.
Thank you for having
so
me.
much. Thanks for tuning in to Voices of Yoga today, and we hope you feel inspired. You can find out more about our podcasts at voicesofyoga.com, and we are on many of the main podcast platforms, including Apple Podcasts. We are very open to comments and suggestions, so please feel free to leave us a message on the website, or you could get in touch with us through social media. Sign up to our newsletter and get an update on every new podcast, and you can do that on our website of voicesofyoga.com. And as this is our passion project, if you like what we're doing and you feel you would like to support us with a small donation through the website, it would be very much appreciated. If you would like to collaborate with us through sponsorship, advertising, or even suggest being a guest or being somebody else that you know becoming a guest on the show, then please contact us at voicesofyoga@mail.com. Thanks again, and we look forward to bringing you another inspiring yoga story next week. Namaste.